and welcome to today's video. We won't be moving today, but I wanted to create a little video about how to dress for success in a Pilates setting. Now, of course, if you're just following along to recorded videos at home, you're free to wear as much or as little as you want. For those who do not want to wear a lot, I do still have some recommendations. It can be nice to wear a top, especially when doing rolling exercises. I have tried working out in just a sports bra and no top, and when I try to roll like a ball, my sweaty back makes me slip and slide on the mat instead of rolling. I also think it is nicer to wear some sorts of pants, at least personally for me, because my thighs can touch and overlap so they can stick together. This can make it difficult to perform exercises where the legs just slide along each other without having to constantly grab your flesh and unstuck yourself. I just started wearing pants to avoid this annoying dance of chafing skin. But hey, you try it out and see what works for you. If you, like me, decide to wear clothes, I recommend wearing comfortable and stretchy garments that don't have any zippers, buttons, or other uncomfortable accessories that can cut into your skin. Remember, in Pilates, we can lie down in many ways. We can lie on our back, we can be on our stomach, we can be on our side. We can also put pressure on the knees and butt because we kneel or sit down. Just imagine trying to do kneeling exercises while having zippers along the knees. Like, ouch, torture. These general suggestions also apply if you want to train in a studio. But there are a few more points I'd like to add. Because, first of all, now you have to think about the people around you. So please wear decent clothes. A common culprit is wearing loose shorts with no underwear underneath. Like, just for the love of God, please just do not show off your holy trinity or holy grail or holy crotch to anyone who happens to glance in your direction. Just don't. I have seen more than I wanted to see. Please just don't be that person. On the other side of the coin, if you're someone who's uncomfortable showing off too much, make sure you have pants that are not see-through when in a squatting position. And remember, just bending the knees into your chest, which we do quite often in Pilates, that could be enough to show off your underwear if the fabric is too thin. Or you could always coordinate the colors between pants and underwear, or wear something that you're comfortable with showing off, like skin-colored underwear. You do you. But now you know. Also remember, if you're gonna go to a studio that has apparatus, the equipment can be very expensive. So please show it some respect and care. And how can you show it respect and care, you might wonder? Well, let me give you some tips. Here's how you can help keep the equipment, whole and beautiful for longer. And your instructors and studio owners will definitely thank you. So first of all, we've already talked about this, but don't wear any zippers, buttons, or other things, not just because they're uncomfortable, but because they might scratch the upholstery on the equipment. This also includes jewelry and watches. Now, jewelry and watches also have the nice added benefit of being potentially constricting your movements and making it difficult to grab things. So they can actually prevent you from performing exercises properly. Not to mention the equipment itself could damage your belongings, so just play it safe and keep them safely stowed away from the equipment. And going on to safety, if you have long hair, put it up. Your hair might get stuck in the springs and you could hurt your scalp or your neck. Or if you're really unlucky and you really get stuck in there, you might fall off and really hurt yourself. Imagine being on, for instance, a reformer. It's a raised platform and you get stuck with your hair in the springs and you fall off the reformer with your hair still stuck. And no, just be careful. I usually like to put my hair in a high ponytail because then the back of my head is nice and free. I can lie down on the mat, no problems. I can have my hands behind the back of my head, no problems. And I also know that there are certain exercises where we will put pressure on the top of the head. For instance, the crab. Let's see, can I demonstrate it nicely for you, show you? Here's the crab. You're like this, you see, haha. A ponytail there on the top of the head would not be so nice. So just play around and see where you have the best success with the position of your hair. And for the same reason, be careful with very loose clothing. It can stick to springs, which can lead to all of the problems we talked about. But it can also make it difficult for your instructor to see what's going on in your body. So you might not get as efficient cueing. So yeah, you want the clothes to be tight and comfortable. Another thing that can be good to think about is not to put on any lotion right before class. In Pilates, we need to be able to grab, push, and pull. And this will be really hard to do if you have buttered up legs or hands, and it will rob you of the benefits of the exercises. Just imagine you're gonna do rolling like a ball and you're trying to pull your legs into yourself, and you have really slippery hands and maybe pants that don't go all the way down, so you also have the slippery legs, and you're just gonna clutch on for dear life and cause unnecessary tension in your shoulders and neck and your hands and your fingers. And I have seen this happen, but it's so easy to prevent. Just don't put on any lotion right before. And speaking about cosmetics, how about makeup? In one studio I joined, they had a really nice solution. What they do is they give all the participants a small towel that can be used for wiping off sweat, but they also ask you to place it under your face when lying on your stomach. And that's such an easy way to protect the equipment. It's so smart. So if you join a class and they have small towels for sweat, why not also use it under your face to protect the equipment from makeup? Something I've also seen people do is chew gum during class. Why? It always makes me nervous, and I fear that I will have to practice the Heimlich maneuver instead of practicing Pilates before class is over. It also makes you use and tense your jaw and tongue, which is again just causing unnecessary tension where it's not needed. So now we've talked about hair, cosmetics, clothes. Let's talk about shoes. Do you need shoes in a studio? No, shoes are not required for doing Pilates. In fact, there are many exercises where we train the feet, so we want to be able to move them freely. In these cases, shoes can in fact make the exercises less effective as we remove very important articulation and movement in the feet. You want to be able to flex the toes, spread them out. You could, however, have socks on your feet, if you prefer. In fact, some studios have a strict sock policy, while others allow you to be barefoot. You could always wear socks for hygienic reasons if you want. This is also okay. Just remember to wear sticky socks. Otherwise, you can slide around on the equipment, especially if you're on things like a reformer or a chair where you have your feet on a pedal and you need to push it away. Then you could slip off with the feet. Also, if you're gonna do exercises where you want to spread your toes properly and maybe bring your fingers between the toes, there are also anti-slip toe socks you can use. Because, not everybody is like a certain crazy goofball who likes to play around with slippery socks. So please use non-stick socks for studios. So yeah, that is my little summary of recommendations. Here you can see very pretty list about what to think about at home, what to think about at a studio. So thank you for listening and have a nice day.